Cal and welcome to my world. Today I'm going to be showing off some recent video game pickups videos themed around the Nintendo Switch. Got a nice big pile of games here. So let's get started. And yeah, some of these are going back a fair few months now, as you'll see with Kirby the Forgotten Land. The first official 3D Kirby game, proper big mainline, proper full 3D type thing. Got this on release and I have played it, recorded game footage for it, and I'm currently in the middle of writing a review for it, which hopefully get out this year. I wanted to get it out a couple of months ago already, but yeah, hasn't worked out. But yeah, fantastic game. I'm not going to talk too much about it because like I said, I've got a review I want to do for it, but it's amazing. It really is. Next was a birthday present. My friend Luke, he's the guy who got me the Xbox 360 that time. Yeah, so he got me a Switch game, and that is Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. Played the original on PC and loved it. It was fantastic, big open world. You're in, the New York for the game. You go around whatever characters you want. There's lots to do, and then of course all the different levels with the story missions. And yeah, this is similar to that, except the open world part at the moment is just kind of like some weird space-time rift of New York. It's a lot smaller, a lot less dense, not much to do in it, so I'm a bit disappointed with that, but the levels are very fun and the story is interesting, so yeah, really fun. The Lego games, you always know what to expect with them, but they're always very fun. And then another somewhat recent release, yeah, so 3D platformers, love them obviously. I've played the first two of these games, the originals back in the day. Got the first one on Dreamcast, got the next one on the PS2, yeah, and that is KO the Kangaroo. Yeah, so this is a reboot of the series, and yeah, it's just a really fun 3D platformer. It's not quite as big and as polished as, say, Mario Odyssey, but, it's not done by a big, massive AAA game studio. It did have a few issues when it first released, but thankfully they have been putting out patches and things like that. So, yeah, I never really ran into any issues when I played a bit of it. I need to get back into it, but, I keep getting new games and keep playing new things, so I have to go back to a lot of them, and I'll definitely be coming back to this. It's KO the Kangaroo. You're a kangaroo with boxing gloves, you punch things, you jump. Yeah, it's just really fun. And some limited run games now. Firstly we have Zombies Ate by Neighbours and Ghoul Patrol, the dual release, and it also came with some 3D glasses, just like the main character from Zombies Ate by Neighbours, which took me a while. I didn't understand why these were included at first, and then someone pointed out, yeah, the main character's got this, like, oh yeah, so he does. Yeah, also comes with a nice instruction manual on the inside there as well, so it's always good. Limited run, yep. I wish we got proper releases of these rather than just a very limited run, but I suppose it is nice to at least have them on physical. Zombies Ate by Neighbours, aka just zombies here in the Europe, in PAL region. Originally Super Nintendo game. I do own it on the Super Nintendo. Very, very fun. Wandering about, shooting zombies and saving all the your neighbours. And then once you save enough, you open up a warp thing to the next level. Ghoul Patrol is the sort of sequel to it, but I read up about it and I don't think it was originally supposed to be a sequel. Then it just ended up kind of being, so it was supposed to be a similar game but not quite, so a lot of people are disappointed in it because it's not up to standards of what a sequel probably should have been for Zombies Ate by Neighbours, but the fact it wasn't supposed to be kind of makes sense. But I have had fun with it. It's definitely not as good as Zombies, but there is fun to be had. There's some new mechanics in there. Collecting keys and things and jumping about, and yeah, it can get a bit frustrating, but there's still some fun to be had with it, and it's nice to have double cartridge release there on the Nintendo Switch. Then we have Axiom Verge 2, the big Metroidvania style game. I got the first release when it was just released regular. Now limited run, re-released the original game because there was issues with publishers and things, and yeah. So I've not played through the first game fully yet, but it's really good, so when the second one went up for sale, I of course had to buy it. Yeah, also comes with instruction manual, reversible cover. You got your little cards that come with limited run games as well for no real reason. Yeah, so I played just a little bit of this just to test it, record game footage, and yeah, it definitely plays fantastic, and I can't wait to finish the first game so I can run through and play the second game. And now we have some older games that have got re-releases, remakes, remasters, whatever. This one is Pocky and Rocky Reshrined, another Super Nintendo game making it onto modern systems. And it's a weird shoot-'em-up style game, except you're just a normal, I suppose, normal person on the ground, and it's overhead view and you're on the ground, you're walking about. Rather than in like a spaceship, but it's very much in the shoot 'em up style where you just got enemies coming at you and you just have to lob things at them. Was it shurikens or something you can throw at them? You got like some weird staff thing that you can hit them with. You got magic attacks. Yeah, it's fun, it's crazy, it's very, very difficult, but yeah, the getting Pocky and Rocky on the SNES, especially in PAL regions, very expensive, so it's really nice to have this re-release. And then another big re-release, remastered collection here is Clonoa, the Fantasy Reverie series. So we get Clonoa 1 and 2. 1 was on the PS1, 2 was on the PS2, and they're very expensive games to get these days, so it's really nice to have this collection, especially because I think only the first one was on like the PSN store, so a lot of people missed out on the second one. So yeah, I never got to play them back in the day, so yeah, this is my first time playing with it and I'm having a lot of fun. 2.5D platformer, you play as Clonoa, and you got this unique ability where you can grab enemies and then you can use them either to throw them at other enemies or you can throw them like forward and behind, in this sort of 3D screen sort of thing, so you're not just on the 2D plane, you also have the 3D plane you can throw that way as well as that way, if that makes any sense. There'll be footage. And you can also use the enemies to double jump essentially, get a big nice high jump, so you always sort of have to plan out, do you want to throw the enemy or do you want to use it for a double jump to try and get an item and a collectible. Yeah, really, really fun. Haven't dug into the second game yet, but very much looking forward to that. And yeah, I do have it here on physical in English because it has not got a physical release in the US for some reason. PAL physical, Japan physical, yeah, no US release, so thank God for living in Europe for a change. Yay! And now we have the final two games, and the first is Pokemon Shining Pearl. This was on sale a couple of months back. I thought, yeah, I want it for my Pokemon collection, owning all the mainline ones. There's only a couple that I need now, mostly the Game Boy Advance ones, and then a couple on the Switch. So I picked up Shining Pearl because Diamond wasn't cheap, just Pearl was for some reason. Yeah, Generation 4, my second least favourite Pokemon generation behind Generation 3, which I utterly hate. Yeah, I did play the originals back on the DS when they first came out. Then I got Platinum years later. And yeah, they're fine, they play well, but they get really, really slogged down at one bit. It just gets really slow and boring. This, thankfully, speeds things up a bit. It's a lot easier to play, and I found myself having a lot of fun with it. More so than I ever did with the DS versions. It is a bit disappointed that we don't have the Platinum content in there, but they do make up for that with some new content post-game, where you collect these special shards in the underground sections of the game, and then you can use those to go after legendary Pokemon, such as Giratina, who was in Platinum, of course, and then lots of other legendaries from other generations. But of course, there are legendary differences in Pearl and Diamond. Luckily, the one legendary I really, really wanted, Lugia, from Gold and Silver, or just Silver, is exclusive to Pearl, while Ho-Oh is exclusive to Diamond, so I got lucky there because that's the one I really wanted. Yeah, so I had a blast playing that, played a lot more than I was expecting to play of it, so that's good. And then lastly, this is a game I'm currently playing. I have finished the main story and I now just have to see every Pokemon to unlock the final part of the game. And that is Pokemon Legends Arceus. This was again on sale. Finally decided to pick it up. and it is amazing. It is one of the best Pokemon releases in many, many, many years. It really is up there as one of the better Pokemon games. I had such a blast with it. You've still got, you know, your turn-based battle system like you would expect. That's what I love about Pokemon. I love turn-based JRPGs. But they've switched it up a bit when you can master moves and you can use agility or strong style. Agility, it'll be weaker, but there's a good chance you'll be able to do a second attack really quickly. Also, you can sometimes do 2 attacks in a row. Strong style will slow you down, so you might miss a turn at some point, but your attack will be considerably stronger. So you have to balance that. As well as doing that, it takes up an extra PP point, so you have to be careful with that. And of course, going around, you've got these different locations on this island. When you go to them, they're just big open worlds. Pokemon out in the wild, like the wild areas in Sword and Shield. And you can go, and of course, like in, what do you call them, the Let's Go games, you can throw Pokeballs and capture them without fighting them, which is fun, especially because you can sneak around in the grass and you can hit them from behind and have a better chance of collecting them. Or, of course, you go into battle still and kill them off or capture them during battle. You get XP if you capture them or kill them, so it doesn't matter. And then, of course, there's crafting, so you go around collecting materials to craft Pokeballs and revives and potions and things. That's really, really cool. There's side quests in the game. There's like over 100 of them, which is insane. And you've got, you know, a full like quest loggy style thing, which, you know, for a Pokemon game is pretty new, I think. So that's really cool. Lots of content here. The story's nice and fun. The locations are really cool. You've got, you know, crazy big style Pokemon as well that are like super powerful. So you could end up battling level 40 Bidoof for something when you first start the game if you don't run away from it. And you can capture them as well, unlike in the wild area in Pokemon Sword and Shield. You had to be a certain level to capture the bigger Pokemon. In this you don't have to. Really, really cool. Lots of stuff in it. It's definitely the evolution of Pokemon games for me. I'm going to be very disappointed if the next 2 releases don't incorporate some of the mechanics from this game, because yeah, it's fantastic. So yeah, nice big bundle of Nintendo Switch games to add to my ever-growing collection. Love this console, love the games for it. So I'm bigcal, thanks for watching. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of my pickups. Let me know if there's anything that you've got recently for the Nintendo Switch, and I'll see you again next time.